And we're back to green.
Leading this field back to the green flag, and with that caution, everybody should be in good shape. Kyle Larson shoots to the bottom, puts those teammates nose to tail up on the top. See how quickly that bottom line can fall apart right there when you get the momentum on the top. And it's just so much harder to keep that bottom lane organized, to keep the momentum as it is to that middle lane and the top. But putting those two teammates nose to tail. See, Reddick shoot to the bottom, and sometimes you'll do that so that, especially if you're in a teammate scenario like that, so they can get the front end to have that air on the car. So you'll see them somewhat stagger the lanes sometimes in order to try to help them get through the corner wide open instead of having to lift.
I like this right here. Jacking down to the bottom and doing just that. Gave his teammate clean air to keep that nose underneath of him. Stalled out the line on the bottom, made him tight with Larson, then moved right back up in front of his teammates and pulled down the straightaway. That's exactly the perfect scenario for Reddick, the leader. Especially having a teammate behind him.
19 car snuck up on us, guys.
Yes.
Chase Briscoe found his way to the front. Obviously had to start in the back with his trouble that he had from Daytona since qualifying was rained out. We started this field based on the metric, but he has found his way to the front. We talk about how important these stage points are.
You see how Reddick moves down and takes that line away from the 5 Larson on the bottom. As soon as he does that, man, he has to lift and the car goes up the racetrack and really stacks that line up.
Yeah, and putting your car in the lane of the car behind you just takes the air off of that. That's as good a defense as it is offense.
That's right. Perfect storm. Both ways. And it's all because of having a teammate behind you. Ricky Stenhouse checked and released at the Infield Care Center. Now that teammate got on the bottom, Larson said, I want up there. Don't like this bottom. Scrubs a lot of tire off of it too. You're pulling on the wheel really hard. It just makes things, all your handling woes get worse and worse. Big push in the bottom. Clear.
No, 23 was coming fast enough to where Tyler Reddick couldn't pull down right there to stop that run.
The runs seem to develop so much faster here than they do at Daytona.
Everything happens faster here. Usually it's like bigger is bolder. In this scenario, smaller is bolder because you take a mile off of the racetrack compared to the distance here in Atlanta compared to Daytona, and things just happen faster because the lap is shorter, the corners are tighter, it's narrower. Everything about it just happens faster here.
44 laps to go in stage 2 as TJ McClellan takes his car to the garage. Tyler Reddick out front.
See from this aerial right here, you see the 1, the 97, the 88. We've had a lot of questions. Where would Trackhouse be? And right now we see all 3 of their cars up in contention at the front of this pack, which is a great sign.
Regan?
Well, Mike, as you guys are talking about Trackhouse and the 1 car, Ross Chastain, a very good run right now. Of course, you see him up there running in the 6th position. Earlier in the race, though, he was pretty tight with that race car, struggling with it getting too tight, too quick. Crew Chief Brandon McSwain, new Crew Chief Brandon McSwain, told me that was part of their plan. They wanted to build up to it today, start him on the tight side, and be able to work forward as they got better.
Better is where they are right now as he's on the bottom, 4 car back.
Oh, Kyle Busch. Oh.
On the inside here.
No, it's all damaged.
He was running 13th. And that'll put us
listen to the fourth caution of the day. It's a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, those direct hits like that in these cars, in any car, when you hit that wall head on like that, it is a big shot.
After winning the truck race yesterday, came into this race with a good bit of optimism. He had an interesting finish to the Daytona 500. With 2 laps to go, completely backed out of the gas to trail the pack so he wouldn't, as he put it to the spotter, wasn't going to go up there and drive right into the wreck, and he didn't. He drove around it, finished 15th. After all that dust up on the final lap, but that will be the end of the day for the Cheddar's number 8.
See the safety worker right there?
Trying to get it out of gear.
Yeah, he's trying to put it in neutral, reaching over there, grabbing that shifter so that they can tow that car off.
All right, fellas, let's unpack this.
Okay, you see him down on the bottom right here, on the bottom lane. And we're going to see him starting to move up the racetrack. I think he was trying to get in that hole, Kevin, right in front of Noah Gregson. Shot out there really quick.
Yeah.
Noah got in the back of him.
And I think Noah was just trying to push him right there. And as you can see from that shot, they're just a little misaligned. And the 4 car was down just towards that left rear. And when he went to push him, it just immediately spun him out.
So we talked about this in the pre-race, Kevin, with the spotters. When they say clear high, and you have to do it fast, and you saw what that driver did. He went, look how quick he moved up in there in front of that line. He knew the momentum was on the outside. I guarantee that spotter said clear high. He took it immediately and just didn't have the momentum.
In Noah's defense right here, when you have a guy that pulls up in line like that, going a lot slower right at the exit of the corner, sometimes you get a little frustrated and you're just like, oh, I'm going to send it.
So you see him at the bottom, he lifted too. Not only he lost the nose, didn't he?
Totally different story. Yeah, once we heard that on camera right there, nothing's on Noah.
He didn't pull up there on purpose. He lifted because the nose took off and put him right on that outside line, right in front of Noah with the lift.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Clint. Just got tight, had to check up, and Noah was right there. None of that's on Noah Gregson.
No, absolutely not. Unfortunate.
Yeah, just Kyle had to get out of the gas and wrong place.
Lucky it was a single car wreck, to be honest with you. You don't have that very often.
Cheddar's onboard camera told the story there. And the 8 will get hauled back to the garage.
And just a barely little burp. I mean, that just shows you how close things happen, how fast they happen at this racetrack.
So Kyle Busch will join B.J. McLeod in the garage, Ricky Stenhouse, Riley Herbst, Ty Gibbs, and Josh Berry out of this race. It's a lot of attrition for us not quite being to halfway.
And that can be expected here. I mean, we knew that the attrition rate was most likely going to be high just because of the type of racing that we see here. And it's